Hi, my name's Bernadette, and for my training program evaluation, I picked P90X. Um, it's a program, excuse me, from the 2000s. Um, I probably found it around 15 years ago when I was around 15 in high school. Um, I was an off-season cheerleader, and our coach had shown us Insanity, which is another Beachbody program. And I don't know if we did P90X as a team or if I just knew about it, but I got my gym class to do it at least once. So I was a different person back then. Um, this is the original program, what it looked like when you bought it. It came as a set of DVDs. I got it years later in New Orleans for $25. So here's part of it. I don't have a DVD player anymore, but I still have the DVDs. Um, it's structured in a couple different ways. You could look at the schedules that they include and recommend. You could pick the classic one that lasts 90 days. They have a lean schedule that, and these are all pre-planned set. Um, it would be, here's my little, I have all my notes. It would be blocked practice, I believe. Um, Having a schedule and each day is pre-regimented with a certain workout video. And then across the schedules, that's you can change. There's a classic schedule, like I said, the lean one that incorporates more cardio. And then I've never done the doubles, but if I'm remembering correctly, uh, it's you're planning two-a-days basically. The football team did that, I didn't. So this allows you to really individualize the program as an athlete, whether you're injured, whether you're a runner and you want to do a little more cardio, if you're looking to build mass or something and you want to do doubles, if you're dipping your toe in, I would go classic. Um, and then the individual videos incorporate both blocked practice and some serial practice. Oops, I need to stop using the mouse. Sorry. Um, uh, so for instance, in legs and back and chest and shoulders, um, you're doing a certain amount of repetitions before moving on to the next movement or exercise. And then in the other videos, some of the other videos like plyometrics, yoga, and there's also a Kempo X, which is like a martial arts karate sort of a style, almost like shadow boxing, but different, I guess. And I would say those are serial practice. You're not necessarily doing repetitions, but you're moving through a pre-structured routine. And then, like I said, you repeat it week to week to week. Um, and that is the the quick general structure of the program. As far as another aspect we learned about in class, um, I found that P90X fits more closely with the task, simplification uh, idea rather than decomposition. Um, instead of instead of giving you training wheels and kind of really uh, for lack of a better term, instead of dumbing down the motion and losing parts of it, I think Tony Horton is the instructor guy. I think he does a good job of showing the core movement, and then he has two helpers in the videos, in almost every video, I think. And they're showing you modified options. So let's say you don't want to use dumbbells. They have a similar movement that's targeting the same muscle groups, but maybe from a pull-up bar. Or if you don't have dumbbells, don't want to use dumbbells, there might be one of the two people using resistance bands. And then they also have the body weight options for a lot of them, a lot of the exercises. So I think that fits in more with task simplification. He's maintaining the integrity of the movement, the exercise, but he's allowing for variability and modification. So you can work your way up to the real thing. Uh, Different from training wheels, I think. I'm so sorry. I don't think I can do this in 4 minutes, but I'm going to be faster. Um, as far as autonomy and motivation, I think that the program offers a lot of free will and decisions to be made. Um, Here, I highlighted how, let's say I want to put on size. Throughout this little book, he says it a few times. And then I think he also said it in the videos. I haven't watched him in a little while, but he says that if you're trying to build mass, you should go for higher weight, kind of like maxing out weight. I think he uses the word maxing out or maximum, and fewer repetitions. He suggests 8 to 10 in this book several times. Um, and again, that is to grow your muscles. Um, but then he suggests if you're trying to build endurance or build a leaner physique, you should opt for a lower weight and somewhere in the range of 12 to 15 repetitions. So I think having choices like that, having choices in the movements themselves, having choices and options in the equipment you can use, I think that all is very promoting of self-autonomy, and that on its own is very intrinsically motivating, I think. I also think it's motivating in that we learned about where is it? It's right here. I know it off my head. Offering a sense of relatedness or being part of a group. I think for an at-home workout program, he's very personable. Um, and maybe it's like the early 2000s nostalgia charm of it, but I think you feel like you're being included as much as you can be. Um, I really enjoyed it as a 15-year-old, and I wouldn't necessarily say I enjoy in-person workout classes. So I think being able to do it from the comfort of your own home for some, like myself, can be really motivating, even if you're not in a physical in-person group, you still feel like you're part of a few friends working out every day. So I think in a way you're you're feeling very connected and related to the group. And I think internal that would promote intrinsic motivation, excuse me. I was like, what's the I word I'm stuck on? That's what it is. So next, let's talk about instruction and demonstration. I touched on it briefly. I'll try to be briefer, but Tony Horton provides a demonstration. He provides verbal instruction. Um, he has the two people alongside him who are, again, demonstrating alternate movements and exercises. Um, Anything else? I think that got it. Excellent. Um, that is my little presentation, and I hope this was within the time range, and I apologize if it's not. Blessings and thank you.